Hello, what's up everybody? My name is Zelkenon, and this is a requested Smite super builds for the brand new Bastet. Also to mention, my original Bastet is fairly old and severely outdated, so this goes right with the new patch, and let's get to it. So, items. Actives. Okay, actives. If you're new to the series or whatnot, I typically say they vary. Well, that is true. They very much so vary depending on what role you're playing and what game mode. Mainly Conquest is the one where it has a certain meta which you kind of want to stick to that works. Other game modes, and it kind of varies off. So I'm just gonna leave it as sprint. I do kind of recommend sprint, although you do have your 1-2 escape. Or initiate, you can do this for the same purpose. Other actives you may want to look into, that's totally the wrong button. If you're jungling, you know, of course, get the Hand of Gods, get like level 1 Hand of Gods first, along with the Potion of Physical Might and the Bumless Mask. Those are your 3 starter items. That's sort of the meta right now. And then you can progress up to Fist of Gods if you want. But just keep in mind that it's a 90-second cooldown, but it does grant you those instant kill HP thresholds on the objectives. So just keep that in mind. So if you're not jungling for whatever reason, I would also recommend probably either a Feeding Curse when you're trying to chase down somebody. This can work good with your cats. You can slow them down in case they try pop sprint or whatever other ability. They kind of run away from your cats. This will slow them and their attack speed, so they can't really fight your cats off as fast. So this is an option. Also, what could work well is purification beads. You do have your one that makes you it kind of removes CC when you hit it twice. So if you don't really have that available for you, you can use purification beads. So kind of it varies, you know, it varies. So moving on with the actual items. So the basic meta for the assassins, Ninja Tabby and Jones Wrath. If you're in assault, what I typically do in assault when I Bastet, I just pick up Jones Wrath first, just buy the full-fledged thing. Maybe because it's like a super beefed up version of Ninja Tabby for cheaper. Except, you know, attacks movement speed. You know, you get 25% cooldown reduction instead of 15. You get 40 power instead of 30. And mana also helps. It complements the cooldown reduction, and also the penetration is really cool. So it's kind of like having Warrior Tabby and Ninja Tabby into one, ideally. So I pick this up personally first, and then the boots. But if it's a different game mode that's not assault, I just go with boots first and then Jones Wrath, the typical way to go. Sometimes all my assassins, like Boxer when I'm in assault, since I don't really prioritize in assassins, I kind of like mystical. It's mystical male now instead of mystical mark. For my assassins, it just kind of works for me when I play like Finra or Bakasura. Kind of makes you tanky, got a little bit of HP, and also has that constant or pulsing effect of doing magical damage nearby you. So that's what I kind of get for that. I have a pending friend request from Honey Badger DGS. That's an awesome name. I'll certainly accept that friend invite. So after Jones Wrath, I pick up Executioner. This is a really great item, especially since Bastet now has a hit progression. So if you haven't watched my previous video of the full-on review of the new Bastet, what this kind of means is your third attack is going to do more damage than your first attack in a series. So this kind of means is you hit once. Oh, she attacks pretty fast. So your first attack is going to do your basic damage. Your second attack, that happens right after your first one, like consecutive order, it is a little bit less damage, but then your third attack does 1.3 of your damage. So it does your damage and plus a little extra. I'm not sure the exact percentage. I didn't really look into the percentage. I'm not a math expert on that, so just trust me. Attack speed on hit progression gods is amazing. So this grants us that attack speed, more power, and the passive is really cool, and it works really well with the amount of attack speed we have right now. So each basic attack puts a stack that debuffs them, and as you can see, reduces the target's physical protection by 7% and 5 points for 3 seconds. Now this keeps stacking until it hits 3, the cap, and then it keeps refreshing as long as you keep hitting them. So their physical protection is going to be reduced by 21%, sorry, and then an additional 15 points. That's a lot. That's kind of close to Titan's Bane, which is 30%, and plus the extra points, it's just, this is your go-to item if you want to just tear down tanks quickly. So it's a really great item. I highly recommend this. Next up, Blood Forge. If you don't mind not having lifesteal on Bastet, then I would probably go for Shinsai's, the more typical, ADC assassin build. But Blood Forge works well if you do want that extra lifesteal for more sustain. And also works well in giving you a lot more power. Like I was mentioning before with the attack speed, we don't have the highest attack speed. The attack speed cap right now is 2.5. We have 1.8, so it's pretty fair. If you look at that, that's a fair amount of attack speed right there. I would not want to get whipped by her, just saying. So with that being said, we can have a lot of these stacks on one god, as long as you keep up the pace with them and whatnot. So giving you more power and more lifesteal with each stack you have on there. So it's a really powerful item. It's sort of expensive, but it's well worth it. And finally, the last two items is the Rage and Deathbringer combo. I personally do not like Malice anymore. It's 3,100. It's pretty expensive, and I just personally feel it does not do the damage output for that much of price. I feel like Rage is much cheaper and efficient, and it just gets the job done really well. And especially with the passive, with the stacks, and a combination with attack speed, it works really well. So Rage and Deathbringer combo for the last two items. Again, if you're doing Conquest jungling as Bastet, you'd want to sell your Bombus Mask towards mid to late game. It goes accordingly of how much money you have and how the match is going. So sell that Bombus Mask and buy the Deathbringer as the last item. And then, of course, the last two potions, if you can always afford it, is I was going to say Mystical Might, I mean Physical Might, and Elixir of Power. So, moving on. We have our base, HP scaling, 2,000. Our attack power is fairly nice. It's 210. And attack speed 1.8. The rest is just base scaling of Bastet as she's stretching. Okay, let's go ahead and try our damage output, and you can kind of see when I do my third hit, it's going to be the largest number. So this will kind of demonstrate what I was talking about. Okay, fair good amount of damage. Let's get a red buff. 258. Just jump through a wall because we can. Now you saw that I did like what 800, then 500ish, and then a little over 1,000. That's that hit progression I was talking about. So as long as you have good attack speed, you're going to get a lot more of those very high numbers. So it's really cool having that on an assassin. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use some of my abilities so you can get an idea of that. And of course, this is on minions. This is not on, actual gods, so just keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and use our Physical Might. The bleeds are quite a bit, actually. I like that. Okay, let's go ahead and go all out on this one. See how much our cat's doing. A fair bit. Of course, this is with 2 potions and the red buff. I love those cats. Let's get a little bit more basic attacks in there. What did she say? There's almost no sport in it. That's pretty cool. I like the new voice they have for that. So this is gonna pretty much wrap it up for this video. I also just kind of noticed on the top right there's 99999999. That's pretty cool. All right. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. And also, if you have any other builds you want me to do, I'm more than willing to do them. Just let me know in the comments below. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and see ya.